saving people's lives through different ways, such as emphasizing on nutrition, sensitizing on sanitation, and different health-related problems. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me first tell you a short story before I get you into my presentation today. So, when I was young, we used to have family gatherings. And these family gatherings used to bring different families from different parts of my country. So I had different families all over the country. So I used to enjoy seeing people chattering in the backyard of our home. My grandmother, my grandfather, my cousins, my aunties. But the most thing that moved me is the barbecue and the meat grill at the family gathering. We used to call this guy Muchoma, who used to roast the meat. I used to stand near the stove where they used to roast meat every time they're roasting. And I used to salivate, always hungry. Even if I ate, I never got satisfied. Meat was my daydream. I could die for meat. So years later, I got to discover how different people are dying because of overconsumption of meat. And actually my grandfather passed away due to a disease that was caused by overconsumption of meat. That is how bad my thoughts kept on, that is how bad I kept on feeling as I kept on feeling, hearing different news about overconsumption of meat. It actually broke my heart that I would never consume meat anymore. So, my speech tonight is going to talk about meat consumption and health issues regarding meat. So, in every society, people consume meat differently. Some consume wild meat, others consume domestic meat. For example, in China, they eat snakes. And people consume different quantities of meat. Some consume it in large amounts, and others consume it in low amounts. So, for example, as chart being states, in Australia and United States, one person consumes over 120 kilograms of meat per year. So you can see, and actually Australia and America, they are the countries that have the highest meat consumption in the world. As most people that do not know more about Africa think that Africans, we are almost carnivorous. But Africa is the continent that has the lower consumption of meat. So as I was telling you about different impacts of consuming meat, I made a research and found out that consumption of meat increases the risk of getting cancer, different cancers, which are got from different infected animals, different diseases such as kidney stone, you all know kidney, and also it also increases the rate of aging, so people get older faster when they eat meat. So meat consumption also has different impacts, not only on health, but also on the environment and on the animals that are being consumed. So, for example, in the environment, when the cattle are being raised, for example, here in Rwanda, when the cattle are being raised, they overconsume the environment, grass, and they do what? They disorganize the environment. And talking about animals are being tortured. For example, you all see different animals being brought from the east to Kigali for being slaughtered. They are all packed in one truck. They do not breathe. They defecate on each other. They urinate on each other. They are being treated as more animals as they are not supposed to be treated. So, ladies and gentlemen, what should we do in order to prevent this? We should emphasize and eat vegetables instead of meat. So vegetables, we all know that vegetables reduces the risks of getting different diseases such as cancer, and it increases the life expectancy, because when you're in good health and in good shape, your life expectancy increases. And we should also so, as I was talking about vegetables, most people think that vegetables are boring. People like me who were addicted to meat. But as I learned different ways of how to spice up my vegetables, such as adding mushroom soup to vegetables, it brings out a different taste, which is like a meat taste. And this is actually a solution that each of you can use in order to